guys, welcome to my channel Where We Move by Zarina Dalmar. I have created program for seniors. The name of the program 3D for seniors. I keep receiving lots of messages from folks 65 plus, and they are asking if it is safe to make my movements. It's not my movements, it's the movement of the body, like how our bodies were constructed and were meant to move by someone or something, or it's just an evolution. It doesn't matter. Now we have what we have. We have brilliantly constructed. We have the body as the best gift in the world. It's the best machine. And we are multi-dimensional creatures. That's why we need to move in full range of motion. And I know that if you're a lady or a man 65 plus and you have not been exercising for a long time or during your entire life, it may be difficult for you to make my program, my 3D for apps, my movement snack, or my full 3D program. That's why I've created 3D for seniors or 3D for beginners. If you have not been training for a long time and you're 35, 40 plus, and you really need to start from something, you need to start from the scratch, but you have lots of fears. I cannot do this, I cannot do that, I cannot turn around, I'm stiff, I'm just afraid of movement, because I can do, because I'm afraid of pain. In general, you're afraid of pain. So let's start. What I provide within this program, 3D for seniors, 3D for beginners. I'm not a doctor of medicine. I'm not a fitness trainer. I'm a movement analyst. I'm just familiar with anatomy and biomechanics of your body. What I give you, I'm just telling you, you have this anatomical neutral position, and you can move in 3 dimensions. You have this middle line. What you can do with your spine, with all segments of your spine, you can flex, you can extend, you can shift to the left, you can shift to the right, and you can rotate. These are movements happening in your thoracic spine, in your T-spine. The same may happen with your neck, but to move your neck, you need to move your head. So bending one side, bending the other side, forward, backward. You are moving your shoulder blades in all possible directions. Forward, up, backward, down, forward, up, backward, down. You can move your shoulders in your shoulder joints. You can move your pelvis in all possible directions. And you know that your lumbar spine is just positioned between your T-spine and your pelvis. That's why to move your lumbar spine, you need to move these 2 parts. Pam, pam. Flexion, extension. Flexion, extension. That's what I'm giving within my program. We are playing with our body in 3 dimensions, and we can rotate, like make a rotation in your pelvis, make a rotation in your T-spine. You're just twisting, twisting, twisting. You are trying to create more space in your body using the full range of motion. As I've told you, I'm not a doctor. I do not know your predispositions, your chronic diseases, the state of your joints, your limitations and restrictions. You need to consult with your PCP, with your therapist, with the doctor who knows more about your conditions. I do not know your conditions. It's just the program showing you how your body was designed to move. You need full range of motion to live, to breathe. You need to be able to change levels. We're gonna change levels. We're gonna going down and up. We're gonna use our limbs. We're gonna make some movements from gait biomechanics as I see it. No one describes gait biomechanics as I am describing it, because while you're walking, you're making just these waves with your spine. You're making full range of motion in your joints, in your shoulder joints, in your hip joints. I'm providing you the movement alphabet, the movement fundamentals. And we're gonna do hip hinging. We're gonna do even spine waves, just to wake up our body, just to let our nervous system to regain control over our body. But you should be precise, aware of your current condition. And if you're doing a twist, a rotation, you should be able to control what is happening, because it's very easy, if you have not been moving for a long time, it's very easy to hurt yourself by doing natural basic movements, but without control, without being as gentle as it's possible, because it is your responsibility to control the range of motion. Like, try this move. I'm sitting 45 degrees. This is the usual sitting position for the kids. If you have grandkids, if you have your own kids with the age before 12 months, you can see that very often they sit like this. And I will show you just basic move for your shoulder joint. Straight hand, pushing into the floor with your palm, and you're making circle. And I'm trying to make circle using my shoulder bone in my shoulder joint, one side, the opposite side. And if we speak about the control or the range of motion, it can be at first time very difficult for you to understand how can I just isolate this movement, how I do not feel, I don't have any connection. And you start with small circles, small, just to understand that only your shoulder bone is now moving forward, up, backward, down, forward, up, backward, down. And then with time, like once you cut up the movement, this movement pattern, you make bigger circles, you engage the whole spine, and you make it bigger, and you're creating more and more space in your shoulder joint to be able to do all these moves and to keep your shoulder blades in neutral position. You do not do this. You're just moving freely your hand around. It's easy, but with time. That's why I'm begging you to control each movement and to be gentle with your body if you have not been exercising frequently for more than 6 months. If you're not doing any exercise routine during the last 6 months before you start doing my program, you need to be very, very gentle. I'm providing you basic movements in 3 dimensions. What does it mean, dimension? We have sagittal plane, we have transverse plane, and we have frontal plane. So frontal plane divides our body, anterior part, posterior part, sagittal plane, left, right, and transverse plane, upper body, lower body. And we are moving in all these planes. We are multi-dimensional creatures, and it's not only about our movement, it's about our brain capacity. We can do several things during the same period of time, just overlapping, and we can switch our attention from one task to the other task, but it requires our brain, our prefrontal cortex to produce more and more energy, to produce this, to send all necessary neurons to different parts of our body, to just to make all this process happening very, very quickly, very precisely. That's why we can deal with different tasks at one time. The same is with body. Like, you can do hip hinge. This is sagittal plane. You can do shifting your hips from one side to the other. This is frontal plane. And you can do these moves. This is just transverse plane. And you can do the same at one time. This is more difficult movement. But here, all three dimensions are engaged. And it's difficult for nervous system to control every part of the body moving in 3 dimensions. That's why I've created this program, 3D for seniors or for beginners, that just to start teach your nervous system to control your body as it has been doing while you were growing, especially during first 18th months of your motor development. So in the first 18 months of your motor development, of your life, your brain starts producing lots of just new actions. You are developing in your movement, you are developing in your all your skills, especially motor skills. We need to just a kind of coming back to this period and regain the control which we have lost due to our sedentary way of living. So my main point, it's your responsibility to control your body doing my movements. You need to consult with your therapist, with your primary care physician. You need to understand your limitations and start moving beyond your limitations with time. Once you become the whole owner, the only owner, the ultimate beneficial owner of your own body. That's what about my whole system. I wish you all the health in the world. I wish you all the movements in the world. The main idea is to move every day, 5, 10, 15 minutes. That's it. If you're ready, you can find the link under this video to my program, 3D for Seniors. You can make a present to your parents or do it yourself if you're a total beginner. So let's move together.